Welcome back. We have Dr. Moyo on the line. Good morning, Dr. Moyo.
Yeah, good morning. In fact, this story is really sad news. We can't keep continuing like this. This is what you have been talking about yesterday. This implication of corruption. This is exactly what we are seeing in our very eyes. This is not a question of he's from my church, he's from my mosque, he's Yoruba, he's Igbo. Now, the victims have now lost their lives. They are gone. And like the engineer said, this is avoidable. Everything, if we keep continuing like this, it will keep getting worse. So why don't we leave this rubbish in the board now? It has cost lives, it has cost families, it has cost economy. The people that have gone are gone. So please, I don't know. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Moyo. Thank you so much. I personally believe that this fight is our fight.
Of course.
Yes. And if we don't do something about this fight, we will keep having this, and we pray that it doesn't come near our dwelling. You know, it's easier when it happens to somebody else or somebody that is related to you than when it comes very close to you. Yeah. Why don't we as Nigerians, so for instance, you are a contractor and you're the sort of person that gets directly from the government, and then some officials are asking you for bribe. Why don't we start by calling out those officials that ask us for bribe? Why do we keep quiet? Because we want to come back next year and do the same contract.
That's the problem. You know, when you want to get a job from government, for instance, there are a lot of
red tape.
Yeah.
You understand? Then, generally, I want to say, construction industry is the most polarized industry in Nigeria. You have a lot of quacks. I tell you. I know of someone that learned a printing job. He learned printing work, when he was young. But now I met him on the side. He's an engineer. No, I don't know how people you gather. You work for millions. You want to invest it in a building. Then you can't get the right person to do it for you because you don't want to pay.
It's not only construction work. It's because you are in that business.
That's why you're saying it.
Let me tell you, I met a guy.
Quacks everywhere.
I knew a guy and his wife. They used to be, you know, when you say dental assistant, they are not dentists. Dental assistant. They in America. They brought equipment back to Nigeria and
became
dentists.
So that's the problem.
Let's quickly take this call from YINKA. YINKA from the UK. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. This is very sad and very pathetic.
I'll say that again.
Let me say my condolences to all families that are involved. But let me put a very good information on your table. The man that represented the engineers there, I want to ask him a very vital question. What was their organization doing looking at that building when it was on the 4th floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor to that level? What action did you take with the government? Saying it will not be. 2, look at the entrance to that building. Is that fair enough? So that story building, having just very short and close up things, and the engineers, what they call your name, Gerald, when looking at issues like that. The last one, let me be honest with you. You know when you have that editing like that, even the road, the main road, by the time you are taking every truck, like payloader or grader, by the time they are taking the ground, it will crumble such a building. It is human error. Forget about corruption. Money has been lost, life has been lost. But the fact remains, engineering girls, what were you doing in a sounding like this where it's full of water, Ikoyi, and they do German floor? In this country, when you want to build a building like this, you will need to put the first 3 floors under the soil so that they will stand not on the surface of the ground. This is unfair. It's only in Nigeria that every method or technical issues are not working. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Thank you. It's very pathetic.
Thank you, YINKA. Thank you.
So he's calling you out?
Yes, he's calling us out. But, you know, in Nigeria, there are no regulations. We have Korean, we have Nigerian Society of Engineers. At times, when they even make recommendations to government, do they carry them out? Like I said, there are quacks everywhere. We made reports. We make sure everybody that wants to build, hire professionals, government. They don't do anything about those things. And then, what will Korean do? They are not invited maybe Korean president doesn't even know that this building is going on in Lagos. You understand? So what, you can't just come to someone's side and say, stop, let me come and investigate. Investigation costs money. So who brings in the money? No. So it's the responsibility of the government to make sure things are done right. Okay, if you are not sure, you can now call Korean. You can now call NSC. When Governor Fashola was in governor, there was some contract he issued out to some politicians. But he made sure the Nigerian Society of Engineers supervise them, they issue certificate before they get paid. You know, those are the things.
So it's just somebody doing due diligence. That's all we need.
Yeah. He doesn't want to collect the job from the politicians so that he doesn't have issues with them. But you make sure the job are well done. You know, it's important. It's important government start on its own and regulate this industry.
You know, it seems like
that's why we continue to have this kind of
you tie a road that's supposed to be for 20 years.
And in 2 years.
It will not even last 2 years. One year.
See the cement.
Because they will be using water and tap.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying about government, but sometimes is it that we're giving excuses and passing the buck? Do we know, what would be, can the NSC just, is it part of, their setup that they have maybe investigators?
Yes.
To just, maybe if you even live in the same society, in the same community as a building is being erected.
If you see anything, you can report. Yes.
You can go in and check.
It's there. Okay. Yes, you can. But when you report, do they take action? Okay. You are not. If NSC make a report to government, it's not NSC that will go and take that action. It's the government. Yes. We don't have security. We don't have police. It's the government that will take action. But when they now get there, whatever happens, we don't know.
Okay, so recently they're talking of the government.
So that is why we don't even know who are the engineers. There are a lot of people that I would call engineers that they don't even study engineering. You understand? So that's why government has to be on the toes to ensure the industry is monitored, ensure people that are competent handle those projects.
Let's quickly take this call. Theophilus from Makurdi, and I'll come to YK. Good morning, Theophilus. Okay. YK, you wanted to say something?
No, even masons, they will call engineers.
Yes, carpenters.
I've
you were giving us the story of the dentist. Please, have they caught the person?
Caught, okay. I think the person has packed back to America when he had destroyed how many people's mouths.
So we have recently we even took it today, the Abuja, the clinic for the
presidency.
The presidency.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And they mentioned that Julius Berger would be erecting and building, will be handling that building.
Yes.
And for me, it's like government saying that these are the people we can trust to maintain standards. Even though we have Nigerians who are good architects,
you will see that even Julius Berger, they make use of Nigerians.
Good. So we have all those people who are good. But do we have the experience of building 21-story buildings? Do we have engineers that have that experience? Do we have them for building like stadia like across the world? We see these massive buildings that they are really called skyscrapers.
Yes.
Would we say in Nigeria we have those caliber of engineers and people involved in building?
There are, there are mental capacity, there are technical capacity. Then there are, in terms of equipment and all sorts, you understand? So someone that wants to build a 21-story building, at least you have to, you get a yard. Where are your equipment? Where are the cranes? You can't just want to build a 21-story building with wheelbarrow and headpans and all sorts. So it's not only about technical capacity. Experience is very important.
Yes.
Someone that has not built a 5-story building, you can't just hand him over to 21-story building without maybe a backup.
Like a collaboration with an
You understand? Now, as a person, you can get a 21-story building as a contract, but make sure you have a collaboration with people that have technical capacity in terms of equipment.
But do engineers collaborate? Do they work together?
It's very important. I'm a civil engineer. Okay. I don't test soil. If I get a job from a client, I know the first thing to do is to test the soil. I will contact the professional technical person in charge of that thing to do it, give me the result, and hand it over.
That's not the sort of collaboration I mean. So collaboration is in the sense that we have a job to do. So somebody comes to you and you say, my capacities can only take me to this level, but I want to work with this company and this company.
Oh, yes.
And they bring you together and you do that
Yes,
job.
it's possible. We do it. Like this Tomiland Bridge, you see, the Gerald Road built it, we all know. But it's another company that built the foundation, Trevi Foundation.
Okay.
But, you know, they bring them in after completing the foundation and the piers. Then the Gerald will do the road way. You understand? So it happens, even in smaller projects too.
Yes.
I don't know this thing well, let me call someone, you know.
We like to take on things that we cannot do in this part of the world. You know everything. You want
that
to
is
do,
why I say the government agency, I'm not passing all the bucks on government.
Yes.
But they have the capacity to monitor, to ensure things are well done.
Yes.
Is the engineer on this side competent? They will know. Let us see his record. Let's see what he has done. You understand? This person cannot handle this job. Get someone else. You know.
I was going to ask, you see, because there are a lot of developers now in Nigeria.
A lot.
This particular one, I watched an interview where he was on TVC where he was saying he had done in Dubai.
Yeah, he had done South Africa. Yes, I saw it too.
In London. Now, I know that there's no way.
You can't cut corner in those places.
He cannot. He will not have been able to.
You can't cut corner. In that place, the government cannot give you approval for 15 floor buildings.
You put
and then you can't even build 1/4 of 16th on it.
Yeah.
It's not possible. But here, you know, we know how we are. The corruption is the problem of this Nigeria, and if you don't sort it,
because we keep saying the developer is just to make money. His own is to make money.
They are to make money, but it's because they have the free. Yes, integrity is the most important. Put the life of the people that want to build, that want to live in that house. No, the #1 priority. But when they know in Nigeria they can do anything, still not government people. When they come, don't worry, we'll sort. Because I've been on site, they will come, they will seal it. I've been on site in this Lagos. They seal the site because they said, okay, this is what you are supposed to build. You have defaulted in this area. Yeah. Okay. The owner, developer went to them.
They won't seal.
They will even call you, remove this thing.
Yokuro.
Because you understand. They are not coming back to check if you are now conforming with what they ask you to do.
They've moved on.
You know, but you know.
And sometimes I've seen sealed projects with work still going on. The sign that you're sealed is there,
and work is
still going on.
Is it supposed to be so? No, they're not supposed to be working on the sealed site. But you know, they know when they have already settled them, and nothing.
All right, let's take this call. Mike from Wales. Good morning, Mike. We've lost him. So I think it's becoming like a sad song. Sing song, sing song. Every day we sing corruption, we sing greed.
Yes.
We sing. What do you think we can do as ordinary Nigerians? So we like to bring it back to what we can do in our own little corner to ensure that we are not, you're not taking a name that is not your name. You're not a quack. So let me give you an example. I remember when I started my, talking about relationships, I used to call myself a love expert. Okay, good morning. Good morning, Mike.
Can you hear me? Hello?
You're live, sir. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Like the engineer said, he said, like in the UK, that they won't give you approval for 15 floors and then you'll be adding 1 floor. Even just to extend your backyard by just 1 inch, you need to go and get an approval. Yes. Because if you try to extend it without that approval, you'll be in trouble.
True.
Our problem is that we cut corners everywhere. There is a road between Songo and Ijoko. That road is in a place they call Plaza. They constructed that road. We all saw the road like this. It rained overnight. And by the time we get there the next morning, there is no road. I'm not joking. This is not a joke. Go to Plaza today and ask somebody. The road is just opposite that Plaza junction. And disappear after rainfall. We are killing ourselves with this corruption. And the earlier we start to punish people, the earlier that there's consequence for people's action, the better for us. Because a mistake of an engineer can cause a life of.
Thank you so much, Mike. Yeah, let's take another call. Perpetua from Agopalas. Good morning, Perpetua.
Yeah, hello.
Hi,
good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. Very well. Your guest has actually spoken so very well. Yeah, that's number 2. That's number 1. Number 2, I would actually like to say one thing. I think the conversation we should be having right now is consequences, immediate consequences.
Yes.
Because our justice system takes a very long time to deal with people who circumvent contracts. Now you do these things at the detriment of people's lives. Now, I mean, look at where we are today. Ikoyi has been known as an high-pro area. So how can someone use substandard stuff to build? Come on now, come on. What are we doing? So I think what we should be discussing right now is immediate
consequences.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Perpetua.
When you do those things, you just kill them.
Yeah, thank you. So, I was quickly saying that I used to call myself a love expert.
Yes, sir.
Then I now read what it takes to be an expert. And I was like, Auntie, don't take a name that is not your name. And I dropped the name and I went back to school and I did my life coaching. So how do you think Nigerians can begin to try as much as possible to be qualified for what they want to do? How do we get to that point? And where do we move from here?
Well, why people practice what they don't know, why they do what they are not qualified, is because they see people that patronize them. Oh, yes. Because I can't imagine myself having like 500 million, I want to invest in a building. Then I engage a quack. You can't take 2% or 3% of that to make sure the thing is well done, that your money is protected. Do you understand? Some people want to build a house, give to a bricklayer. He has been building for 10 years. He has been doing this.
Or a draftsman.
There are different scenarios of environment. And then you can't say because he has done this, so it's the same thing that you did in Ikoyi, you want to do it in Lekki. Or something that you did in maybe somewhere in the north of Ekiti. You want to do it in Ikoyi. It doesn't, you can't work like that. So that is why, if you don't patronize them, nobody will come out to say,
you'll be out of business.
Yes. But it is because there is no regulation.
Yes.
If they get you on site, okay, you are an engineer. What are your qualifications? Where have you worked? What have you done? And you they take you in. Tomorrow you won't come out to say you're an engineer. Others that are doing it, they will withdraw. You understand? But governments don't care. They even give jobs to traders. And they don't know who
You're right. Because if we find police officers wearing fake police officers wearing the uniform, they are arrested. When we find fake doctors, they are arrested. But I don't think when it comes to real estate, really, because many people have constantly asked for the regulation.
Those ones who are saying, if a doctor makes a mistake, you maybe kill one person. Now, an engineer makes a mistake, you kill hundreds. So that is why that industry is very, very important to be monitored. A lot of people go down. Look at those people, 40-something or so, under that building. A doctor will just kill someone and come out of the clinic, sorry, we lost him. We don't even know if it's his mistake or something, we've lost him. But now, this one, everybody will see.
Some doctors, is their work,
you understand? Everybody will see. Everybody will see.
There are some like that.
People are dead.
You know me, my sister was a victim of incompetent doctors.
So the industry has to be monitored. And I want to advise individuals to try, pay professionals, let them do the job. So that you sleep with your 2 eyes closed. You don't need to be building, I'm not even sure,
Let's take your final thoughts. What do you think, YK? What should we do now? Where should we go from here?
I think that there should be stricter rules, stricter laws for these buildings. The people who approve this building, number one, all of them, we should see the punishments.
People should get punished.
We should see that punishment. We should hear it. That open panel they did for answers, do the same open, so that it will discourage other people who are coming along to come and start cutting corners.
Miriam.
If we don't stop cutting corners, we will not go forward.
Okay. Your final word, sir?
Well, my final word is to our individual, just like I've said, engage qualified professionals, qualified and competent. You may be qualified and not competent to handle some things. Qualified and competent. Then government should regulate construction industry. It's very important. You can't just put 50 people in a house and they die in the night,
Yeah, just square pegs in round holes.
Oh, yes.
We should stop putting square pegs in round holes.
We should stop patronizing Quacks.
We
should stop patronizing Quacks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abiodun Ario. I hope that Nigerians will learn from this and find a way to, you know, curb corruption, and also want people to scream. Let's not allow this matter be swept under the carpet. Let's follow up. Let's shout about it till we see those people actually prosecuted for the lives that have been lost. That's all we can take on the show today. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you, sir. Till we come your way again tomorrow. Bye-bye now.